on the 1st of January, they're still going to be fighting of 2015. They're still going to be fighting in Afghanistan. The fact that the ISAF mission has ended and the resolute support is underway as an advisory mission, they're still going to be fighting. And Afghanistan will join a long and distinguished list of countries that will be struggling in a post-conflict environment where it will have an insurgency in some parts of that country for an extended period of time. There will be an insurgency in Afghanistan for some period. The question really isn't whether there is the presence of an insurgency. The question is whether that insurgency ultimately is existential. And my sense is, as time has gone on, as I have watched the professional development and the capacity of the ANSF improve, and as I see that continuing on the trajectory that we have set, with the expectations that I think we can legitimately have, that over time we can posture the Afghan forces in the East to dominate that critical physical and human terrain that both provides the platform for continued operations over the long term, that provides us, when I say us, I often mean the Afghans as well, that provides the Afghans the capacity in the context of something the term that we're using now, the layered defense in depth, which I think has real promise, because the layered defense in depth, as it has been developed both theoretically in the last couple of years and as it will be implemented practically over time, I think provides a lot of promise as the Afghans continue to build capacity and as we see developments east of the border take hold over time. It provides, in my mind, the capacity for the Afghans in the east to defend Kabul, which of course is the strategic center of gravity for Afghanistan over time. And without spending a lot of time on the concept itself, it's starting from the bottom up. It is where the Afghan local police have been strategically sited to dominate the human terrain and in some cases physical terrain. It is the integration of the location of the Afghan local police with the Afghan national police, who will be leading the ALP at the district level. It is the integration of police across the board, from the border police through the Afghan national police, through the Afghan local police, and supported by Afghan civil order police battalions, which are organized in several brigades, but in the east, those brigades are engaged in combat operations every single day, supporting the campaign that unfolds. Those police units, which are oriented on increasingly but on law enforcement, but still in a counterinsurgency role, they'll be supported by the Afghan National Army. The 201st Corps north of Kabul, the 203rd Corps south of Kabul, have really grown dramatically, both in their capacity and their numbers, adding both brigades and units and capacity over the last 18 months or so. And the latest commander in RC East, Bill Mavell, commanding the Big Red One, has been magnificent, frankly, in bringing the command elements of the 201st, General Waziri in the north and General Yaftali in the 203rd Corps, bringing them along to build the capacity for them to be able to fight credibly. So we have this organic layering of police elements that will be supported by the maneuver elements of the police, the ANCOP, which in turn will be supported by the Afghan National Army units, which are being sited in key locations both to dominate terrain and from those locations to conduct operations against the rat lines coming out of Pakistan, potential safe havens in Afghanistan, and support areas. They're additionally supported by some number, depending on the operation, of Afghan commandos, which have turned out to be very effective, Afghan Special Forces units, and increasingly in the near future you will see the fielding of the Mobile Strike Force battalions, 5 in the north and east and 4 in the south, which are highly mobile, armored units that will give the Afghans the capability of moving effective strike force elements quickly to key locations in the battle space to support the ANA, who in turn are supporting the police. Now if I had a map, I could lay this out for you in ways which I think would give you a sense that in the East, while it would have been useful to have conventional forces for ISAF conduct longer-term operations. We're just not going to have the time, and we won't have the forces. But I believe that the Afghans, in fact, I don't believe, I know, the Afghans have embraced the concept of the layered defense in depth. They're planning for it now, and over time, as those forces, MSV, Mobile Strike Force vehicles, as they come online, as the Afghans layer their defenses, I have more confidence that they'll be able to control the security situation in the East as time goes on.